What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of NKU Sports Break. I'm your host, Carly Motzer, joined by Brandon Hayes this week. Brandon, how's your week going?
It's great so far. Moving ahead, looking forward to hopefully a basketball season.
As we look forward to this basketball season, how has your job particularly been impacted by COVID, and what do your days look like these days?
Well, I'm at home right now. I'm one of the members of our department that is high risk. I've actually had a couple of kidney transplants in my life, so I'm immune suppressed. So it's best for me to stay home. So I've spent a lot of time here in the spare bedroom. But we're still rocking and rolling. My staff, really proud of what we've been able to do and how we've been able to continue to move forward. We're the creative people, so there's no end to how creative you can be, and it's just a little more challenging right now. So I think my staff has done a pretty solid job of just looking ahead, remaining optimistic, and looking towards. At one point, we were trying to have the fall sports seasons. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, but we're doing what we can to look forward to basketball season and just keep moving ahead to whatever the next thing is and trying to serve our fans better.
So with fall sports being canceled, as devastating as that has been for everyone, and with winter sports kind of on the fridge, we hope we're looking forward to it. We're not real sure what we're going to get. How has your department been able to connect with fans and stay in touch with some of our season ticket holders and just really kind of like keep morale up for everyone when we don't have the conventional things we would go to with like game day fun and all that good stuff?
Well, when we were really in limbo there for the first couple of months, so in the spring and early summer, it was social media. It was just however we can stay connected. So we looked upon some of our peers. So it might have been minor league baseball. It may have been other college athletic departments. And we tried to copy them in a way, but put it in our box to where it would work out. And just try to keep them engaged, tell stories of our student athletes, do some fun contests with them. And then whenever we started looking forward to fall sports, we started building marketing plans for that. Obviously it's paused now. But a big way we try to do that is for our basketball fans. Obviously, that's our largest fan base, and we've tried to engage them and just, I try to tell my staff, we're reaching out and hugging our people right now. We're trying to make sure that they know we're still here. They know we still need their support, but how much we appreciate them. I mean, for them to still pay attention to us through all that's happening, we're just so thankful for it. And we've grown so much in the past 5 seasons. I've been here. This will be my 6th basketball season. It's tremendous the way the community has rallied around both our men's and women's basketball teams. Both of their fan bases have grown, but we want to keep that up, and we want them to stick with us. So we're doing things like we've increased payment plans. So we know it's hard for everybody right now to be able to pay for their season tickets. It's a big investment. So we're allowing our fans to make 7 payments, so pay throughout the entire season. For most people, for a season ticket, it ends up being $20 or $30 a month, and it just makes it a little easier for them. Another way is we're taking away the cash that you need to come park at the arena. Typically, you're having to bring $5 cash. I know I never bring cash anywhere, so it'll be cashless parking at our arena, which I think will, in the end, save people money, and it just makes the game day experience easier for them. We have some things in our back pocket if, like you said, the season gets delayed or something happens there. We're just busy trying to find different ways to engage. There's no scenario that we will not reach out to our fans. We won't be kind to our fans and remind them how great our student athletes are. So no matter the case, we have a plan for every scenario, and we're pretty confident in that.
That, as someone on the other side of it, is super exciting to hear. I know that NKU basketball games are a cherished part of my experience as a student. I know that as students, we take that sentiment home too. I mean, a lot of our students are local and everything, so it's not just students at these games, it's whole groups of families. And I think that that's kind of a lot of why NKU is such a tight-knit community and why everyone is so close, because it really is that family atmosphere where, like, I really liked how you said it was like a hug, because I feel that on the other side, and that's got to be great as the department to know that you guys are doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, I've worked in high major college athletics at much larger institutions, and not to say that there's anything wrong with that, but at NKU, we've been able to grow our fan base and still remain in that family atmosphere and still remain tight with everybody. I can stand at the front gate at a basketball game, and it's what I miss most right now is watching our fans walk up those steps and being able to check in with them and see how their family is doing or how their kids doing in their basketball games. Like, you can't do that at some of the bigger schools that I've been to. So that is something special about us. And it's not like we have a teeny tiny fan base and there's nobody at the games. It's still big and exciting and vibrant, but I feel like everybody is on the same page. So yeah, it's pretty unique for us.
So for season ticket holders that are kind of wondering like what the experience is going to look like compared to years past, just because everything is kind of in limbo, what are we looking at this season and what should season ticket holders expect?
A lot of it's still up in the air. We have some answers, as anybody would tell you, but a lot of it we're waiting with everybody else. We're recording this on Tuesday. We have a Zoom meeting with our season ticket holders tonight. Our coaches will be on there. Our director of athletics, Ken, will be on there, and we'll update them on everything we can. But if we are limited due to social distancing, the silver lining there is we can connect with what we think are our two closest groups of fans, which are students like yourself and season ticket holders and donors. So those groups, we anticipate them being able to come to games. So even if we aren't able to entertain other parts of the community, we're working hard to stay connected to those two groups. And like you said, I don't know that it was always this way, but now it is a part of the NKU student culture to go to games, and athletics is a part of that. NKU's always been a great place to be and a vibrant culture, and I think it's so cool, some of the things that happen through orientation and welcome week and everything else, Greek life. But we've slid in there as a part of a student's experience, and I think that's really cool. So I hope we're able to continue serving our students this year.
Students have such a blast at the games. I know that from the production truck, it's so much fun to see the cameras pan around and see my peers having a great time, and the energy is just absolutely unmatched. And so those students are going to be able to have a blast, and we're so much looking forward to that. But you had mentioned donors and season ticket holders. So I have heard that the renewal process is kind of similar. How should people look to be able to renew those season tickets so that they can get in on the fun that we're looking forward to inventing for ourselves this year?
The biggest difference is it's going to be all online, which that is tough. Part of that home feel, the family feel, is that we allow season ticket holders to purchase however they want. And I think our customer service is top notch. I don't think that really takes a hit with the online sales exclusively, but obviously because of COVID, we have to do that. So it's just a little bit of a different process for those people that might drop off a check or be able to pay in person. So we're doing all we can to educate. Like I said, we're having a long session tonight with them to walk them through step by step. But the online process, and then the fact that part of the reason we're going cashless for parking is you pay for it up front and you have no contact with folks as you're coming to the arena. I think that'll be really important. Everybody's going to try to play their part so we can see this happen. So we're taking some early steps to make sure you're not touching hands or exchanging cash when you come into the arena. I'm sure that will translate over to concessions and some of the other parts of the arena merchandise that they normally see. So with the season ticket process, a lot of it's virtual. We were able to send them a really nice packet that they were able to relive last season. Just trying to keep it positive right now.
All right, so with all of those logistics underway, I'm going to kind of change the direction a little bit. We'll do something a little more fun. What is your absolute favorite NKU athletics memory?
Mine's pretty personal, but when you work in college athletics, this is the fourth school that I've worked at. You generally move around. You're not near your family anymore. So my family lives in East Texas. And I see them a few times a year, and I have a 2-year-old son who gets to see them some. But so the opportunity last year when we went to the NCAA tournament, and played, or I'm sorry, 2 years ago when we went to play in Tulsa. I would have my fingers crossed that we would be picked to go to Tulsa. I think I may have been the only one at NKU because that's about 2 to 3 hours from my parents' house. So I was able to get my dad a ticket. I really miss spending time with my dad. He's my best friend. And he was able to drive up and come to the game to watch Texas Tech, which my entire family is from Texas. So they were able to, my dad was able to see a team that he had rooted for his whole life, along with his son's favorite program. I think whenever he tells everybody how proud he is of me and, well, where does he work? Well, Northern Kentucky University. Back a while back, nobody knew who we were. And I think Jeff shared with you some instances where we've been able to gain some footing nationally. So now he can say Northern Kentucky University, we were in the NCAA tournament, we played Texas Tech. Everybody knows what he's talking about. So being able to spend a few days with my dad just because our guys were so successful that season, I'll always take that with me.
Anytime that you can bring your home family and your work family together and just kind of like give them all that same big hug that NKU tries to give their people, that's a special experience. And I'm so glad that that's something that you have that you can take with you forever.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So with the changing climate of the world and everything right now, it's super important that you guys give NKU Norse and NKU Athletics and all those good people a follow on social media, because we are continuing to bring you new information as soon as we get it. We have Zoom meetings left and right. And so just be sure to stay following up with everybody on that and tune in next week for NKU Sports Break. Thanks, Brandon, for coming on.
Thank you, Carly. Great job.